Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome to my channel, Cherished Memories Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this heart-shaped granny square. I'm using a 5mm hook. You can use whatever size you want. First you're going to do a slip knot. Then we're going to chain 4. Now we're going to slip stitch right back into that first one we did here. And now we're going to chain 3. This acts as our first double crochet. And we're going to go right back in there and do 2 more double crochets. So now we have a total of 3. We're going to chain 2. Now we're going to go back in and do the same thing. 3 double crochets and a chain 2. Now we're going to do that 2 more times. Chain 2. So now we have 3 sets. We need 1 more. And now chain 2. So now we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. Just like that. That's what it should look like. You got 4 corners and 3 double crochets and a chain 2. Okay, so now we're going to go into that next stitch right on top of that double crochet. We're going to do a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go into this chain 2 space, and we're going to do 8 double crochets. Oops. And 1 more would be 8. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1, and in this next chain 2 space, we're just going to do a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 1 again, and we're going to go right in the middle of these 3 double crochets. So here's your first one and here's your second one. We're going to do 2 single crochets. We're going to chain 1, and now we're going to go right back in the same stitch and do 2 more single crochets. So you should have 2 single crochets, a chain 1, and 2 single crochets in the very same stitch. Now we're going to chain 1. Now we're going to slip stitch into this next chain 2 space. We're going to chain 1, and this next chain 2 space, we're going to do 8 double crochets. And 1 more. Here's 8. Double check. Okay, now we're going to chain 1, And now we're going to slip stitch into, here's our chain 3 where we just started. We're going to go into that next double crochet right on top of it and do a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 1, pull our yarn, okay, so now we're going to do our white, and we're going to flip our heart upside down, and the chain 1 between these 2 sets of double crochet or single crochets, you have 2 single crochet, chain 1 and 2 more single crochets. We're going to go, see, 1, 2. It's kind of hard to find it. You're going to work in on the back loops only. And attach your yarn. This is how I do it. But do it the way that you're more comfortable with. So now I'm going to insert my hook, pull up a loop. I'm going to chain 1. And in the very next stitch, and remember to just work in the back loops only, we're going to do a single crochet, a half double, a double in the next one, and a triple double crochet. For those that don't know how to do it, yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, go through the last 2. So far now we've got our chain 1 here at the beginning. We have a single crochet, a half double, a double, and a triple. So we're going up in size there. Okay, so now this row we're going to start the corner. So now, and from now on you're going to do 2 chains instead of 1. So we just did our 2 chains. So now we're going to do a double, because now we're going to start going down in size. And a half double. And a single. But instead of doing 1 single, we're going to do 4 in a row. So we just did 1. There's 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do another set of 4 single crochets. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch, or we're going to do a half double crochet. Here's our first chain 3 we did when we started, and here's that second double crochet. We're going to go down in there on top of it and do a half double crochet, and now we're going to do the same thing as we did on this side, only we're going to reverse it. So now we've got 4 single crochets, and be sure not to skip that first one. It wants to hide sometimes. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochets. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do 4 more single crochets. Just like that. So it should be the same on this side as it is on this side. So now we're going to do our half double crochet, our double, and there's our double on this side. So now we've got a chain 2. And now we're going to do our triple. forgot to yarn. You have to yarn over twice. Insert your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over. Do the first two, yarn over, go through the second two, yarn over, go through the last two. So now we're going to do our double crochet, our half. That's our half double crochet. And our last one would be our single. And now we're going to slip stitch right here. We did our chain one, just like that. And that's what it should look like so far. Okay, so now row 2 of the white, we're going to chain 3. Now we're going to go right back in that same space and do 2 double crochets. So that chain 3 acts as your first one. So now you have a total of 3 double crochets. Now we're going to go over to this chain 2 and we're going to do 3 double crochets. Just like that. Now we're going to chain 2. We're going to go right back in there and do 3 more. So that's our first corner. Now we're going to count over 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and in our fourth one, we're going to do 3 double crochets. Just like that. Now we're going to jump over to this next chain 2 and we're going to make another corner. So we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and we're going to go right back in and do 3 more doubles. 1 more. So now we're going to count over, or we're going to go over to here to where we did our half double crochet, and we're going to do right on top of it, we're going to do 3 doubles. Just like that. Now we're going to jump over here to the next chain 2 space, and we're going to make another corner. So we're going to do 3 doubles, chain 2, and 3 more doubles. Okay. So now we're going to count over 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do 3 doubles. And 1 more. Just like that. Now we're going to jump over to the next chain 2, and we're going to make our last corner. So we're going to do 3 doubles. Chain 2, and we're going to do 3 more doubles in that same stitch. 1 more. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch right on top of that first chain 3 we did here. Like that. So that's what you should have so far. So now we're going to chain 3. And when we come back around, we're going to put 2 more chains right here to complete that row. But right now we're going to go into this next space here and do 3 double crochets. We're going to go over to our corner here and do 3 doubles. Chain 2 and then 3 more doubles. And just continue this, the same pattern, and I'll meet you right here and we'll finish this one out together. Okay, I'm at the end of my row and I just did my last corner, and here's where we did that. Chain 3, now we're going to finish that out. We're going to go right there into that space and do 2 double crochets. Now we're going to go over here to the top of that chain 3. We're going to do a slip stitch, and that will complete this one. You have your 3 double crochets now. So what you should have is you'll have 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in each corner, and between each corner you're going to have 3 spaces, or 2 spaces, I'm sorry, with 3 double crochets in each, just like that. So that's what it should look like. So now I'm going to chain 1, cut my yarn, and now we're going to start the border. So just go into any corner, attach your yarn, pull up a loop, chain 1. So now in the same corner we're going to do 3 single crochets, just like that. And now in each stitch across we're going to do a single crochet in each one. So go ahead and work yourself all the way to this corner and I'll meet you there. Okay, so I'm to the next corner. So we're going to do 3 single crochets there. Now we're going to work our way to the next corner, and we're going to do a single crochet in each stitch. And when you get to this corner, do 3 single crochets, work your way to the next corner with a single crochet in every stitch, 3 single crochets in this corner, single crochets all the way across until you get to your first corner, and I'll meet you here. Okay, I'm at the end. So now we're going to go over here to that first single crochet that we did. I'm going to do a slip stitch. Then chain 1, pull your yarn, and you're finished. These would make really cute blankets, and Valentine's Day isn't too far off. Just make granny squares and sew them together. You can make totes with these, scarves, a lot of things. And I hope you enjoyed my video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. And thank you so much for watching. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.